Good afternoon. Our top story today is breaking news from Yale University.
It appears that moments ago, a psychology professor at the preeminent university made an announcement calling for behavioral and social scientists around the world to join him in protest.
The professor has been identified as Dr. Mechanisms of Action, and not surprisingly, he has been a long-time advocate for the study of mechanisms of action in behavioral and social intervention research.
For more on this developing story, let's go to Mr. Reporter in New Haven.
Thank you, Mr. Reporter. Several students who attended the Mechanisms rally tweeted that Dr. Mechanism is calling for an end to spaghetti and meatball intervention science. We've asked Dr. Science Advisor, our network science advisor, to explain what this means.
Thank you, Dr. Science Advisor, for that very informative segment. It helps one understand why Dr. Mechanism would be frustrated with spaghetti and meatball science.
It certainly does. And we were getting reports that frustration is spreading. In a show of solidarity with Dr. Mechanism, statisticians at Arizona State University have refused to analyze behavioral or social intervention data without including mediator and moderator analyses. We have Dr. Mediation, Liv from Tempe. Hello, and thank you for speaking with us, Dr. Mediation. I presume you heard Dr. Mechanism's plea for a revolution against spaghetti and meatball intervention science. What are your thoughts? If it is so crucial to behavioral and social science, why do you think more studies don't incorporate mediation analyses?
It sounds like the problem is much bigger than having the statistical tools to analyze data. It sounds like studies need to be based on clear theoretical rationales, including proposed mediators. And then studies need to be designed to allow for tests of those theories. Are you saying that intervention research is often theoretical and inadequately designed?
Thank you, Dr. Mediation, for that enlightening perspective on spaghetti and meatball intervention science.
When we return from this commercial break, we'll have more on the developing story of the uprising against spaghetti and meatball science.
Welcome back. In case you are just joining us, our top story this afternoon is a growing unrest across the country, focused on a particular approach to behavioral and social intervention research that seems not to be contributing to scientific advances.
One controversial figure in behavioral science coined the term spaghetti and meatball science to describe complex conceptual models in which every variable is related to every other variable.
It appears that after years of encouraging the change in this approach through publications and presentations, Dr. Mechanism at Yale University decided that a revolution was the only way to get rid of spaghetti and meatball science.
This revolution has made its way into the mainstream media now. Here is a clip from today's talk show with Mr. Comedian.
Perhaps the biggest sign that the revolution is gaining traction is that the topic of spaghetti and meatball science found its way into the speeches at a recent political rally. Here is an excerpt from that rally, with Mr. President and Miss Candidate.
With that ringing endorsement from the President himself, we'll wish you all a good afternoon. Tune in at the 11 o'clock hour for more developments in the behavioral and social intervention research revolution. Have a good evening.
Goodbye, everyone.